Hello bad publicity fans, this is Mark from My Size Hedge Fund, and this deck list of the week is Silver Bullet Kate, which took first place at UK Nationals. Now this is pre-blood money, so there are going to be changes probably made to it over the next few weeks and months and things like that, just to prepare for the new meta, to utilise some of the new cards, but it worked obviously very well on the day. It is kind of a jack of all trades, kind of a Swiss Army knife kind of deck that's good against a variety of decks. Now on the day you were expecting to see a lot of controlling the message, and sure enough that's what a lot of the top 8, top 16 kind of was very tag based or controlling the message, sync, that kind of thing. And that's why 3 rabbit holes turned out to be an MVP. And R&D pressure, you're looking at indexing and freedom through equality. You have employee strikes just to kind of shut down IG, CI at the right time, Palana, sync, you know, all the decks you expect to see. In terms of the breaker suite, it's pretty typical shaper almost. Console-wise, they've gone with Astrolabe, which is an interesting call, but they said that Nexus was far too slow, and if you are coming up against these asset spam horizontal decks, Astrolabe is the better choice. There's only 2 of it. I found that it can stay hidden sometimes, but that's where you're supposed to utilise the cloud-based zoo. Looking around, you can see a lot of the other tech pieces. So Clot, because Yellow is still playing the fast fence, it shuts off the breaking news instant score, which is pretty important. Political Operative, shut down Caprice, Sandberg, things like that. And Southwest Slums as well, which they said they didn't use all that much, but I can see how it can be beneficial against controlling the message, industrial dynamics of course, and things like that. And 1 Plascrete, because you never know when someone is trying to kill you. So let's try and get into a game and see if we can pack all the silver bullets necessary. We find ourselves a game against Palana, so this is not quite the hand we want. You want to see SMC and Magnum Opus as early as possible. And hey, look at what we got. On a clone chip, things are looking pretty good. Next we need to draw into employee strike, and then we're pretty happy. So let's just go with the dream start. We could put down SMC. Nah, I'm happy to just take some money. That'll allow us at least the option to quality time if we want. Ooh, dangerous game, they're going to give us cards. So that'll help us find the answers earlier than they might have anticipated or might have liked. And if they are going to go horizontal, we're looking for Astrolabe. So I reckon we just keep cracking money. And we can quality time next turn. There's our employee strike, which will make this a liability, because we're just getting a card, they're not getting a credit. I'm okay with that. And then next thing we're looking for like political operative and our R&D tools, which are freedom through equality and oh, we're going to get a gift. Freedom through equality and indexing. And they're playing clones are not people. Batty, Jackson, interns. So the interns is annoying. Chum's an interesting inclusion. So let's crack this. We know they're not going to score anytime soon. So 2 employee strikes. I think we can throw that down. Could put down Southside Slums just to be really annoying. So let's go with this. We'll want the film critic at some point. And do we just try and take shots at Batty? How many shots do we want to take? Probably don't need Plascrete. So this be okay. This and this. So we have the 5 cards we can keep. So I mean we force them into using the interns on Batty, which mightn't be what they want. Just see a chum. Yeah, we'll take another shot. There are 27 credits already, and we get the Batty. Exactly what we wanted. So we'll get rid of the Opus, and we'll get rid of Plascrete. And presumably, they are not playing Scorch. Next turn, hard-hitting news, and all the tags. Now this deck plays the 3 rabbit holes. It seems less likely that it'll be useful in this instance, but you never know. Okay, the clones are not people's coming out. So are we going to go with the war? We can. Can we win this war is the question. Gotta shut this down. This is more than likely Jackson. If only we played a rumor though. Although, it doesn't seem as likely. So lucky find. Do we want the employee strike? It'll stop them from racking up a little money. I think we take care of the Jackson first. And that way this won't be able to be shuffled back in. Perfect. Okay, so that's one Jackson gone. And let's put down the other employee strike. And we'll get our free card. So, we know a chum is going to be somewhere. I'm okay with this, to be honest. Now it's just a free card for us. Until they score a credit. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So more than likely it's supposed to be like chum something. But chum what is the question. We can start finding out. Let's draw one. Diesel is nice. Let's pop down a film critic. And let's run. What did we see earlier? Batty, Jackson, chum, closing up people, interns. So we've seen most of the cards there. I think we'll take a poke at R&D. This is the server that we will be pressing on more often than not. Kamainu. That is annoying. So, we can get ourselves Mimic. Probably the smartest option. Here we go. And we have Film Critic at least. So let's take a peek. And we can opus our last turn. Another Agroplex. Well, they're probably not going to put that down. Vamp could be useful. We need to get ourselves ahead first. So can we find political operative and can we break this? There's political operative at least. But we're currently too poor to contest. I think we just take money. We're going to lose this, unfortunately. But I don't see a way of getting in here with 3 credits and being able to install this and then being able to contest here. We left ourselves quite poor with this poke. That was probably a mistake. Rabbit hole. Could be useful against Ash. Just pitch the snowball for the moment. And we have all the clone ships in the world if we want to get them back. But we are looking for Astrolabe. That is the one we need to get at the moment. Indexing is good, but going to be expensive. Medical breakthrough. Okay, that's not what we were expecting. So let's draw one. SMC unnecessary. We have the clone chips, we don't have the memory. Clot, probably not useful until they score a bit more as well. So we'll pitch the clot. Do we need rabbit hole? That is the kicker. Don't think we do. probably less useful than the other cards we have. The thing is, now we need to get enough money to be able to vamp, and then we can get the political operative down and run here. Just Jackson. Okay. So unfortunately, because this is pre-blood money, they don't have to worry about... Oh, okay, never mind. They're going to use it. But Batty and Caprice and things like that are a little bit safer. So let's take 6, put down another clone chip. We're not going to use the Sullums, so let's draw. Find our astrolabe. 3 indexings. Wow. And I suppose we'll take this for free. We'll get rid of the slums. There's 2 Jacksons gone already. Gotta worry about interns, sure, but I think our 3 indexings will serve us better, provided we have the money to get in multiple times. And there's our freedom. Another celebrity gift coming down. And they are playing Grail. Okay, good to know. So if I was a betting man, I would say this is probably Merlin, or probably the Merlin. I would stick the Merlin here, because Chum into Merlin is going to be pretty good. We can't get the SMC back. That's the issue at the moment. Gotta get some memory. And we're drawing blanks. Wow, okay. I suppose we'll use cast just so we're not throwing everything out. Let's get rid of 1 indexing. So what we have to worry about is Batty. There we go, finally. And it could have worked here, but not to be. Okay, so we're a long way behind on the money front, so vamp is probably less of a possibility. But let's run here, run here. We'll get down to political operative at least. The zoo is going to be very expensive. And Sandberg comes out. Into Galahad. Wow, okay. So let's get ourselves the SMC. SMC for into your snowball. That snowball is in the heap. In the math on it, it isn't really that good either. Although it is better. I think at this instance we might actually want to go snowball. So let's cancel that. Yeah, SMC isn't as good for us here as snowball is. And they are being quite nice to us and saying that it's no bother to do this. So install the clone chip, and we will use said clone chip to get out our snowball. And it's going to be expensive. So do we use the political operative on Sandberg? So chum is going to be quite... Oh, yeah, this is pretty bad. Pretty bad. So this is great against Caprice, but so far we've just seen baddies. Sandberg's going to take a bit of money to get through as well. This is all going badly. Okay, so we can money up. We can trash this. Costs us 4, but then we leave ourselves exposed here as well. Kamainu is now a huge problem, and Galahad is not much better. And we're a long way off vamping as well. It's a tough spot to be in. We need to get the vamp to fire, basically. Is this batty? Is the question. And the Nisa is going to make things considerably more difficult. Okay. What are options in the bin? We can get SMC back out if we absolutely have to. Because again, I'd prefer to keep Gamble's okay. Let's run server 5. Let's force the res. If needs be, we can kind of sack some of this rig. Which is not ideal, but we need to try and dip into this as well. Here's the Merlin that we kind of expected. So we can get out SMC and get Zoo, and it costs us an absolute fortune to get through. Or we can political operative, trash this. But then why are we running? I regret everything. We'll get rid of Mimic for the moment because it's cheaper. We'll get the SMC out. That's SMC for Zoo. Let's spend an absolute fortune to get through here. And last turn will be Magnum Opusing again. And now they can just use interns. Or install a new one. Interesting. So this could be the other medical breakthrough. Can we get in? Can we get in multiple times? Suppose we have to try. Here's the Sandberg. And Chum. So even Chum at 4 strength is really annoying. So I think instead we have to let this fire. Let it have +2 strength and deal with this. And possibly say take out Sandberg at this stage. Lancelot, strength 5. So, what can we get here? Do we have a sharpshooter anywhere here? We do not. So we can get Mimic. Paying 2, bring us to 7, and then 3. Oh dear. We could SMC. Everything about this is pretty bad. Yeah, that makes sense. So after all that, we're shut out. So unfortunately, the silver bullet deck didn't quite have all the answers for me. But I can see how it is very, very good. It had a lot of the tools. I think I just needed to play better. And the R&D run was pretty silly. Like, we were just poking for the sake of one card, which isn't how you're supposed to do it. We should have moneyed up, gone for the indexing run, and used freedom through equality as well. We should have just moneyed up and tried to vamp them. So yeah, in future, money up, and you're probably better off. The current game at the start, we were getting ahead in, which was good, and this was just a free card for us. It took quite a while to get the Astrolabe, and that really hurt, because we didn't have our SMC online, and then we were trying to just trash clone chips and trash bits and pieces here that isn't what you want to do. And we could never build ourselves up for the vamp. We were waiting on 2 sure gambles and a daily cast right at the end, which is unfortunate, and sharpshooter as well, hiding away. But thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and please come over to Ice Hedge Fund for more.